Well, we are sitting here at my dining room table in Paradise, California. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you. I'm
Your
glad
name
that I am here.
your name is Elsa
Elsa.
Wagner is what I know, but
Yes.
what is your family name?
It's Elsa Duran de Harlow.
Harlow. It's not a real common American name, a little difficult to say, but well, I wanted to this is for my friends on Facebook and YouTube. And anyone else that wants to watch this that might have an interest in either if you're an American going to the Philippines or if you're Filipino there, you might be interested in knowing that we haven't forgotten you. We are busy at work. In my mind, I'm thinking and wheels are spinning and I'm trying to come up with ways. The economy is bad. We're not rich. We need to rely on God's resources.
Amen.
And we need to pray more. But I think with a joint effort of many Christian people praying together, the Lord can use us because there's plenty of resources. There's land, there's money. We just don't have it all. But the Lord knows where it's at.
Yes.
And we need to pray and work together to do something good. What is your do you have any thoughts or any ideas that you would like to see happen there because you're from the Philippines, and I'm very interested in your area of the Philippines, particularly Biliran and Naval, and that's why you're here and we're talking about this. What are your ideas and hopes and dreams?
That's a good question because my hopes and dreams is really to expand our ministry there and really help the youth, which we could really need help because our youth, they love sports, but that's one thing they don't have, and it's the beginning to approach them with our mission, to spread the gospel and help them out, keeping them away from the street doing nothing.
Yeah.
And
Amen. Well, although we are not, prejudiced against all people, God created them all, and they're right to believe whatever they want. Our effort and our background is Christian, right?
Amen.
I'm Seventh-day Adventist. You're a born-again Christian background, and we love the Lord with all our heart, and we're not, like I say, we're not biased, we're not prejudiced against other churches and other beliefs, but it is something in our heart that fuels us, the love for God.
Amen.
And our indebtedness to Him for what Jesus did for us on the cross, and that the understanding of that. So I understand how you can be really tuned in and have a burden for the youth because they're the next generation. They're the ones leading out in our country. And wow, as we retire and getting up there in age, get older, what is our country, what is the world going to come to? Well, we hope for Jesus to come soon. We believe that. Well, let me just share, because this is only a short 6-minute clip, and see if you can kind of concur or agree with this. I have some ideas. I can see the need for a charity house, because I have a foundation. I started the Kalapa House of Charity. It's in Hawaii, and we have projects here in California. My mother's running the Hawaii place, and now we've expanded to the East Coast, near New York. And there needs to be a place where people can go when, for instance, there's maybe an argument with a wife or husband, and the other party needs a place to pray and rest and get away and just think. Maybe there's a child who's run away and needs a safe place to be able to pray. And then, sometimes there's a time that a lot of us, and in the Bible, Elijah ran to the cave when he was scared, and retreated there, and God talked to him there, and then he went back out. So I see a need for a place like that, and I think you and I have talked about a property with a little creek going down into the ocean that would be ideal for that.
I can really help that because I think God has really provided for that, because I do have properties, and all we need now is just to start a building or something, and that is really one also of my dream, that I would love to have a place for anyone that needed a place for emergencies, shelter, or whatever they need, because there's a lot of people, especially in my village, sometimes they come in late at night and there is no more transportation, and they're just sitting there in the bus stop, and I really feel like I wish they have a place to go.
Yeah, and people that are drunk aren't bad people.
No.
They've made a bad choice. Maybe their actions were not the best. but a lot of times you have to step in and help that person be in a safe place so they can sober up and not be taken advantage of or fall in the street and, you know, run over by a bus. Well, helping the poor is one thing. Another thing is our physical life and health, the health of the people. There are huge industries out there that basically are promoting their products.
Okay.
Not health, but their products.
Their products,
and
I see.
they have the right to do that. They have the right to make money, and I'm not going to be out there campaigning to hurt those companies. But what I want to do is campaign to help the people.
Okay.
The people, and let them know that their natural resources, for instance, the kalamalunggay, malunggay, all you know, the native plants that are
Yes.
available. For some
Yes.
reason, we
They
start
just-
to think as people that, well, science is getting better and better to where God and his methods or the native plants aren't effective anymore. Well, I've found in my research that God's methods are more effective, and even though maybe some chemicals seem to have an immediate effect, there's an after effect, there's a side effect, and usually it's early death or side effects, and then more medications, a lowered immune system, and things like that. So it's important that we understand natural remedies and also our lifestyle choices.
Right. We do have all kinds of these plants there, but the people just doesn't know how to use it. They don't know what is it good for, and they think that, oh, it's just regular food, but and they don't like the taste, so they're not really using it as to live or to give them a good health. So what we really need is educate those people so they know how to eat it. They will know how to prepare it.
Amen. Well, we will continue to pray about this. I really appreciate
Okay.
you coming and spending a week here with me in
Oh,
California.
thank you. Thank God.
And learning about healthy eating, and you've taught me things, and maybe I've taught you things, I'm not sure.
I've learned a lot, and I had peace. Is one thing I do, and I love it here. This is a beautiful
Yeah.
country.
Filipinos love music, and I'm a music lover and a piano player and
yes.
a singer. I'd like to kind of bring this all together by finding out exactly where, like for instance, my family or myself or my mother would live while we're there. That's maybe a more distant goal. If we go over immediately or have missionaries go over where they're going to stay, that needs to be figured out. A place for health guests, people that are recovering or want to learn lifestyle, a place that they can sleep. And in that province, it could be a nipa house, with not even a mattress, just a bed space.
I can help you with that because for now I have the property, and there is really a place to be if we want to start doing that anytime soon. I'm open.
What's really wonderful and what I really appreciate about you, Elsa, is I've been raised a Seventh-day Adventist. We're Christians, okay? We're Christians, and we believe that if you're from another church, you're still going to make it to heaven. God looks at the heart, and he judges the heart. We don't believe you have to join our church to be to heaven. He looks at your heart. I also have found that many people within the Adventist church, and I'm a member, I'm not stepping on the toes of my fellow brethren and sisters, but as they reject a message of health or a message of salvation to the poor, or the things that God is trying to get out to the people, what God usually does through past history, he gives it to someone else. And eventually we're told the rocks and the mountains will cry out of God's love to this earth. And so I really appreciate that. It's taken me 10 years, 11 trips going back and forth to the Philippines, trying to find anyone who would open up to just working with me and focusing on two basic things: helping the needy. Okay, not with money. There's a misconception of that.
Spiritual needs.
Helping them
do
with
need
spiritual
that number
needs.
one. Yes.
And teaching them how to take care of their physical.
Education.
Because there's so much emphasis put on the spiritual. There's really not a shortage of churches in most of the Philippines. There's churches all over, and they focus on the spiritual. But when it comes down to praying for the physical needs and people die, we find that God's people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and we want to get knowledge out. Simply drinking more fresh water and eating more nutritious food and sleeping more, and the importance of those things. I think I'm almost out of time. Keep talking.
They are not really into drinking because they think you just have to drink after you eat.